I'm out here cutting up some meat, and I thought I'd give you guys a quick tip here. This is a good one. It'll help you out. This deer was frozen out while it was hanging. Temperature got real low, froze him up, so I just cut chunks off the deer, off his hindquarters, and froze them. And now I'm out here cutting them up. This is still somewhat frozen. I let it thaw out just a little bit. But the reason I do that is, with this somewhat frozen, you can cut it up into cubes easier for grinding or for jerky. You can cut it a whole lot easier if that meat's not frozen, but somewhat frozen. Maybe in the freezer for hour, hour and a half, just depends. You'll know when it gets there when you can bend it a little bit, but it still cuts nice and straight like this right here. See that? You can cut it nice and straight if it's slightly frozen. I can still pinch it a little bit, but it's mostly frozen. And when you're grinding it, you can put it in a grinder and it won't clog up your grinder near as bad. All you self-processors like me, you process your own meat. Okay, we all know deer meat has a little bit of a slime on it, a coating if you will. Doesn't bother me a bit. You freeze it like this, you run it through that grinder, and you won't have to stop every few often to clean out your grinder. It just, that somewhat frozen meat grinds better, cuts easier, and makes processing your game all around easier. And hey, I'm all about quick and easy. So next time you get a deer and you got a chunk of muscle meat, put it in the freezer for a little bit, and when it gets nice and hard you can still cut it. You can pull that out. And cutting jerky, you can cut that stuff just as paper thin as you want. You don't need one of them little boards or nothing, or a slicer. Just cut it however you want it. And the fat peels right out. Let's see if I got a piece here. Like this right here. That little piece of fat right there. Just grab it, and it pulls right off because it's somewhat frozen. Well, as you can see, I got some meat ground up, but I want to give you a little tip today on how to save some money. Usually I do like this, wrap it in my Ziploc bag, which I still do, and then wrap this in butcher paper, but man, that stuff is getting too high. So you can buy a whole bunch of these sandwich bags for a little bit of nothing. This is a 50 count bag here. It's a little bit bigger than the ones I got here, but still cheaper than butcher paper, and it's going to do just as good. And it's almost pre-wrapped for you. Open that sucker up. Dump that dude down in there. There you go. Right on it. I ain't going to put a date because it ain't going to last long enough to worry about. It'll be gone by next season. Not as pretty as the butcher paper, but it's cheaper. It's going to work just as good. Well, there you have it. I got some ground. I got about half of it ground up just now. Got a little bit more to do. I'll try and make some summer sausage, some jerky. But this right here, these bigger lunch bags, I can get ground times 3. There's 3 bags layered in here. So I can just open this up out of the deep freeze, pull a bag out, roll it back down, and I'm good to go. Well, thanks for joining me. I hope this tip saves you some money, gives you some good ideas. If you like what you see, I've got some processing videos. They're a little older, but they're on our YouTube channel or in the archives at our website, www.walkfortheoutdoors.com. Just look through there. I got cutting backstrap, deboning a deer, taking the meat off a front shoulder. Everything I do to process deer, I got on here. And this right here, this is going to save you some money, so you ain't got to buy that expensive butcher paper. But if you like what you see, keep telling us, keep commenting, keep sharing, keep liking. We're on Facebook, Google+. You know, just get our names out there, and we'll just continue to grow, and we can continue to bring you these videos. Hey, the best grocery store in the world is right out those doors. God bless, and I'll see you next time. Red Feather Archery, home of the Talon. Visit them at www.redfeatherarchery.com for all your broadhead needs. For tons more videos, go to our YouTube channel, Wild for the Outdoors. You can also see them at www.wildfortheoutdoors.com, and be sure to visit our online store. And don't forget to go to Facebook, like us, share us with your friends, and hey, remember, it's your God-given duty to manage this land.